You know, Bugs, in the very beginning, looked a little bit different. In the old Bugs, he was different from, say, the 50s. As the years went by, Bugs matured a little bit in his design. And now, of course, they've copied the same one.
Animators, as far as I know, and including me, weren't in on much of anything until they got to our stage where it was all laid out and everything, and then we got the work and explained what do we want to do from this point to this point and hook it up with the other animators, and that's what we did. We all got a copy of what the characters going to look like, and we tried to keep them looking as near alike so that we all made them approximately the same. We usually could tell the difference of who did what, but I don't think the general public could.
What's up, Docs and Docettes? Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic here, and there she is, folks. The Bugs Bunny 80th birthday Blu-ray special set. I know that's not the actual official title, but there she is, ain't she a beaut? And if you guys watched the reaction video that Matt and Alexandra and me did for the Bugs Bunny 24 Karat Holiday Special, you know I started the video right here at the podium telling you guys to go out and get the set, regardless of whatever issues you may have. And that may have been a little bit harsh. Some people have said that. And, you know, I had a point to get to and also to get somewhere else. But we're going to go into a lot more detail in this video about why this thing is worth every penny and why you should go out and buy it. But before we hop on over to the futon to explain in detail and with listicle format yet why it is this thing is so worthwhile and why you should pick it up. The thing that you get here is a little envelope that comes with the set. It says, "Congratulations, Bugs Bunny, from animation historian Jerry Beck." So I want to read this to you because I think this thing's cool. And even though this thing is not for the collectors, the diehard people like you and me, they're doing a wonderful job of trying to make the history and the importance of these cartoons more palpable to the generic audience. So I'm going to read this to you. And again, this is from Jerry Beck. 80 years ago, a fresh cartoon personality made his debut in theaters all over the country, and the first 3 words he uttered would be remembered for decades to come. "What's up, Doc?" What was up was the introduction of a character who would go down as the most popular cartoon star of all time, Bugs Bunny. With a wise guy attitude that came straight off the streets of New York, Bugs personified the American can-do spirit. He was a little guy we could all relate to, who could heckle his hunters, berate his bullies, and confound his captors with a wink in his eye and a song on his lips. I love Bugs Bunny, and I know I'm not alone. Yeah, I'm with you, Jerry, 100%. I first saw him on television when I was 5, and I was mesmerized. Me too. That's exactly what it was for me too. Same age, TV as well. Jerry and I are not the same age by any means, but yeah, isn't that interesting? He was a continual presence in my life, especially in my teenage years when I finally began to get all the jokes. By then, I was completely hooked. Let me be clear, Bugs Bunny was never aimed solely at children. And let's point that out too, just for the record. It does say on the back here, Bugs Bunny 80th Anniversary Collection is intended for the adult collector and may not be suitable for children. Anyway, back to what Jerry was saying. Let me be clear, Bugs Bunny was never aimed solely at children. His intended audience was everyone, as I have said in many videos, particularly this one. And everyone everywhere rooted for him to get the better of Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, and the Tasmanian Devil, among others. The Bugs Bunny cartoons themselves, in my humble opinion, are cinema classics, up there along with the likes of Casablanca and The Wizard of Oz. And it delights me to no end that the Warner Brothers studio today recognizes Bugs' legendary star status. This 80th anniversary collection represents a comprehensive career retrospective. I'm happy to say it includes many cartoons now properly restored, with a large number previously unavailable to collectors. Like me! He could play expert piano or dance a mean conga and achieve many successes dressed as a mobster, a matador, a fox, or, frequently, a female. There really isn't anything Bugs Bunny can't do or can't be, and that's why we, admire him. He's in your face, up your nose, and pulling down your pants. And we love him for that. He's become an icon who immediately signals laughter and hope. the lasting legacy of his impact on generations of people. Congratulations, Bugs, on your 80th. The world certainly needs you more than ever. Jerry Beck, animation historian, author of the 100 Greatest Looney Tunes Cartoons, among others. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's break it down.
And now, these messages. And now, back to Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner.
And now, here's 12 reasons to buy the Bugs Bunny 80th Anniversary Collection for Christmas.
Gadzooks! I've been drafted.
All right, everybody, let's get into it. Now, the first thing that needs to be said categorically for the record is this is no paid endorsement or anything like that. The only dog I have in this race is the fact that I said this back when I did the Porky Pig 101 review. We need to show that there's a market for what we want, for the ultimate fan. The fact is, there's a lot that people are in our fandom that are upset about this set, and they are protesting it, and protesting it by not buying it. And I honestly don't know what any of you protesters think you're accomplishing by doing this. That Funko Pop figure, which is thought to be, people would call it a collector's item.
It's a veritable collector's item.
Thank you, Daffy. But it's not. It's Walmart collector's item, but they have to entice people to go out and buy this and make it a Christmas set, a Christmas thing. It's not for people like me and you, or even people like Jerry Beck. It's for people like Jerry Beck's sister. If you're really a fan, you should buy this, because we want more things like this. The general public doesn't want another Bugs Bunny Blu-ray or any kind of a comprehensive set. After this, they're going to be like, this is great. We got what we needed and blah, blah, blah. But we are the ones who want more stuff, more like a Daffy set or a Porky set. Well, we had a Porky set, but you know what I'm saying. But speaking of Porky Pig 101, that's Warner Archive. Warner Archive is specifically for the film historian crowd. They're not selling those Funko Pop figures with that shit. So I'm trying to get everyone to go out and buy that. That's my interest in this. To try once again to entice this fandom to go out and buy it, even though, yes, I'm not speaking to the generic crowd that they're selling this to. I'm speaking to the diehard fans. And to the diehard fans, I just don't understand what value there is or would be for you to sit here and watch me go off in detail about everything about this set that sucks. As if we don't all know the stuff that sucks about it. Yes, the new artwork looks like shit, and it is new artwork. They didn't even use the approved marketing artwork that people like the great Mike Fontanelli drew. This is brand new artwork, and it doesn't look very good. The menu for the Blu-ray, the music playing during that DVD menu, it's not Merry Go Round Broke Down. It's not any of the Looney Tunes songs. Listen to this. That is a genericized, you can actually take that, I'm sure. I'm sure I can put this in the video, that music, and I won't get, flagged for copyright. That is a generic, like if Warner Brothers can't put out Merrily We Roll Along and The Merry-Go-Round Broke Down, because of copyright, then shit's gotten really bad. But the point is, we're complaining about these things, and you're going out and you're saying, I'm not going to buy it. I don't want to buy the Funko Pop figure. We don't know if you can buy it without the Funko Pop figure. There is speculation that several months down the road, 6 probably, Warner Brothers will offer a set of just the DVD itself without the Funko figure. And I don't know where anyone got that idea. Warner's has not announced it. I have people that are in the know that report back to me, and no one's got anything, guys. There's no reason for you to believe that. That's the problem. We have to put on our big boy and big girl pants and buy some stuff that we don't 100% like. But I'm here to tell you, there's plenty to like, and it's worth the price of admission. So, without any further ado, let's look at the 12 reasons that this is a good purchase for the holiday season. And why am I saying 12? 12 days of Christmas. So we've got 12 reasons at why you should buy Bugs Bunny's 80th anniversary box set, or whatever the fuck it's called. Number 12. Most of the crappy titles were fixed. So a while back, it was reported by me and others that while these restorations that HBO Max was footing the bill for and running on their platform, while they do look great, and they do, it's a shame because whoever was put in charge of fixing the color rings,
Whoever's in charge here.
What is assumed to have happened by a lot of us, and I think this theory was posited by Thad, is that there's that letterbox that you see sometimes in some of the cartoons on the color rings, and that letterbox is I guess you could say it's a mistake of the TV era, which is to say that they were not always sure that the copyright information on the frame would be on screen. In other words, sometimes it could fall off the edge, and unfortunately, sadly, human beings watching TV wouldn't see all of the copyright information, because that's why you were watching the cartoons. So to make sure that the lawyers got their money, to make sure that the information was all seen, they would put this letterbox around the cartoons to make it a little smaller so you could see all that stuff. And nobody, generations grew up with those letterboxes, so nobody needed to get rid of them. But if your bitch about it is, well, they fucked up the color rings, I can't support that, blah, blah, blah. Well, first of all, you're an idiot. But second, really the only point really is that they have made attempts to fix it, and they're going to keep fixing it. And, we should support that. So that's that one. Moving on. Number 11. The price for the cartoons is less than $2. So let's just do the math, shall we? Let's, actually, before we even do that, let's ask Siri. How much is the Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes 80th Anniversary Collection Blu-ray? Whatever.
I found this on the web.
It was $74.99. It is currently $62.99. 60 cartoons for $63, to say nothing of that Funko Pop figure. So let's just spell it out literally. 63 divided by 60. That's $1.05 per cartoon, and more than half of them you've never seen before, and they haven't been in as good condition before. And it's on Blu-ray, so it's going to look better than whatever version you might have on standard def. It's not asking much at all. Moving on. Number 10. The resolution is better with the Blu-ray. We tested this, and again, I'm an idiot because I didn't film this, but we have here at the house, I have housemates. We just got AT&T fiber, the best connection you can get. It's called a gigabit, fiber, actually. And as you can see, I also have a direct line connection in here, but also upstairs where we did our test. There's a 4K monitor up there. And so the reason I'm telling you all this is because we did comparisons of cartoons that were on the HBO Max platform with a direct connection to the modem and a Blu-ray player with a high-quality connection to the 4K monitor. And in every example, you can see it. You can absolutely see the resolution is sharper on these Blu-rays. So even if you think that streaming is the future and there's no way to ever go back to physical media, I'm telling you, man, I've actually done the work. I've actually made the comparisons. The resolution on these Blu-rays is better than you're going to get anywhere else. It does need to be said categorically and for the record that there would effectively be no scenario wherein you could put a Blu-ray copy of something next to a streaming copy of that same thing, and in comparing them have the quality be exactly the same. And that's by virtue of compression. Simple as that. Now, the reason a Blu-ray isn't a DVD is because there's too much information on that disc for a regular DVD. Quality is hefty, people, and Blu-ray quality even more so. And the internet is flimsy by comparison. So if you want to stream high-quality video, which again, the whole thing about HBO Max is that they are streaming everything in true HD. So to do that, you need to trim off all the fat and even some of the stuff that you actually do need as well that people don't notice. And that's basically where compression comes in. That's what it is as pertains to streaming, and where it's most noticeable is in the picture brightness. Now, I'm not going to get into a long thing about compression and codecs, but basically what I'm saying is, if you're a true collector, having a subscription to HBO Max is good for having access to everything, but it's not enough. As long as you, as a perfectionist and not a nitpicker, exclusively limit your collection to a streaming service, you can't actively complain about Warner Brothers settling for less in terms of quality on certain aspects of this Blu-ray. That is, unless, of course, you're fine with being a hypocrite. Number 9, all new bonus material.
In short, whenever you blow your top, you blow some dough. Get it?
Prithee, allow me to be your most humble and mild-tempered host.
Now that's a fairly long exposition. Also a pretty reverse-engineered plotline, maybe too obviously, leading to a series of gags whereby Sam will repeatedly blow his top and lose his financial windfall. Fortunately for Mel's vocal cords, most of Sam's outbursts here consist of sotto voce, under-the-breath mumbling.
Pepper!
My good friend Greg Ford has done several commentaries, or as he calls them, voiceovers, for these cartoons, and they're really great because he's got clips of interviews that you've never heard before from Frizz and all the guys, and even some people like Art Leonardi. It was great to hear an Art Leonardi interview. They're all really great. The documentary is really good too. Take a look at that.
How would Bugs Bunny describe Mel Blanc? How would Bugs Bunny describe...
Well, let's see now. Bugs would say, oh, Blanc, he's a genius. Oh, this guy can do anything. Hey, you show him a character and he'll give it a voice. And he's also an antique watch collector.
Again, this is not for all of us. This is for people who are, who are casual fans, and you want to give them something that's all-encompassing about Bugs Bunny. So there's a new documentary about it. They could have shunted over stuff because, again, we're the only ones who have seen all the old stuff from Golden Collection, but they didn't. They made new stuff. And also, I need to tell you this. There was a documentary on one of the Platinum DVDs, and we showed some footage from it in other videos. It had 2 seconds maybe of footage from a restored version of Fresh Hair. And this new documentary has way more footage. Take a look.
What an enormous impact on a giant screen somebody like Bugs Bunny's coolness in the face of an enemy was a phenomenon. And it just remained that way and has remained since.
Now, unfortunately, this cartoon is not available on the set, but if you're really paying attention to the world outside right now, you understand why that cartoon was. There's no question in your mind why that cartoon hasn't been released. You're not, unless you're a moron. You're not going, hey, where is that cartoon? But it is nice to see that it got restored and that they did a good job of it. So yeah, that's basically it. The bonus material is not just stuff we've all seen before. It's really good, and you'll want to look at it. And you know what? Even if you don't want to look at it, the person who this is intended for, the casual Looney Tunes fan, will love it. Remember the first time you got into Bugs Bunny and Looney Tunes? That's what this has the potential to be for somebody on Christmas. They can open this up and watch the cartoons with the commentary and watch the documentaries and really get into it. And, that's a good thing. So that's worth buying. It's worth buying it for that alone. So do. Number 8. Racketeer Rabbit. This set is worth it in some ways for Racketeer Rabbit alone. So the restoration for Racketeer Rabbit on this set could in fact be a standalone reason for someone who didn't like the set to buy it. I mean, if you really hated everything about this set and you consider yourself a diehard, you could still buy the set based on Racketeer Rabbit's restoration alone, especially when one considers the ironic history with this cartoon as pertains to home video releases. The Golden Age of Looney Tunes Laserdisc set included Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips in its first volume, in its first pressing, and it was recalled later. And the cartoon they replaced it with in these later pressings was Racketeer Rabbit. Now, those Laserdiscs were more popular with the fans, so naturally, they all sought out the original so that they could get Nips the Nips. Meanwhile, Racketeer Rabbit never came out again. And the thing that's ironic here is that for a very long time among the fandom, copies of Nips the Nips in good condition were a lot easier to find than copies of Racketeer Rabbit in good condition. That is, of course, until this set came out. But there is a good lesson to be learned here, Docs and Docettes. Racketeer Rabbit, a cartoon that was released in place of a real rarity, became itself even more rare, because cartoon fans bought every existing copy of the previous version. They wanted it, by the way, because it was very rarely shown on TV, and not for racial insensitivity either. It was because we were only at war for a short time, and that cartoon was essentially propaganda, hence only relevant during wartime. But because the fandom was so vigilant with this very rare first printing of the Laserdisc, it is now relatively easy to find. Meanwhile, we'd all seen Racketeer Rabbit on TV hundreds of times back in the day, so we were a lot more worried about acquiring this original pressing. Those collectors put their money where their mouths are and got every existing copy of the original Laserdisc, hence changing intended history, or just history in general, because that's what the real collectors do, damn it. They let their money do the talking. It's still funny, and the other of course it's still funny, but seeing this restored, there's certain things that you don't get to see always, that you didn't notice before. Like growing up, I love the cartoon. I remember seeing it as a kid, and seeing it on TV, which is kind of the version that was on the Laserdisc. There was a gag, not a gag, but kind of a visual thing, a visual joke, which is exactly what cartoons are great for, that I actually didn't see until this cartoon was restored. I only ever saw it in the restored version. And that's that, we see the gag where the Peter Lorre character is with the machine gun and he's moving back and he's hitting the Edward G. Robinson character. And he goes and he pushes him back. And then we cut to Bugs, and Bugs does the low bridge thing, where he's getting out and getting a glass of water. We don't see Edward G. Robinson do this to Peter Lorre, but when Bugs does that low bridge thing, you can see that Edward G. Robinson has propped up Peter Lorre with the machine gun to keep him, from hitting him again and getting pushed, by the way, from the impact. I'd never seen that before on the unrestored, crappy version. So I literally laughed at a joke that I'd never seen before because of this set. So again, worth the price of admission. Now, I know I said that What's Cookin' Doc is also worthy of note here in the same way that Racketeer Rabbit is. But everything I said about it, I've already said in a video that came out a few months ago. It's called Great Restorations Are What's Cookin'. And if you want more about this particular restoration, you can click on this video. However, I do have a story about how anticipated What's Cookin' was, and it's a lot more personal one. What's Cookin' Doc was the basis for one of my short films. I'm laughing because it's not a short film, but you know what I mean. You got to start somewhere, right? This was made during one of several summers I spent with my family in the Poconos. And while I'd been studying Looney Tunes for a few years at that point, this thing serves as a time capsule, not only for my life, but really the summer of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which took my whole then world and turned it upside down. I couldn't decide then if I wanted to be a filmmaker or an animator, and Roger coming out did not make that decision any easier. The family video camera then had the ability to take freeze frames, and then you could apply any number of effects to the frozen frame through the existing shot. This would let you do movies where you could go in and out of portals or have identical twins, or in this case, talk to cartoon characters.
What do you think, Bugs? What do you think? It's in the bag.
You would take a freeze frame of a background and then make it opaque, and then point the camera at the TV, play animation back on the TV, and if you did it right and lined up the shot, perfect and everything, it looked like the character was in the room with you. Or at least that's what I told myself back then. I do know that part of the reasoning that I had for taking this cartoon in particular to use in my little movie is the interaction between animation and live action. In fact, that is not a painted background. That background was set up and photographed to look like a table at Grauman's Chinese Theater, and that carrot juice bottle stayed with Clampett for the rest of his life. Meanwhile, somebody stole his precious Bugs Bunny patch. Little gray one right there. Don't know where that thing ended up. Sure don't. Anyway, so that's what's going on in this film. Me and Bugs are sitting at home, watching the Oscars. I'm wearing my Roger Rabbit shirt to show I'm down with Toon Rabbits. And when Bugs says he'll win for sure, I encourage him to get down there. You know, down there to wherever it is off camera that my 9-year-old brain presumed the Oscars were. And then Bugs does all the shit that he does in the cartoon. I react with worry, and then for some reason, I just leave the shot entirely, only to return dragging myself into frame, presumably having gotten drunk out of fear, as I still do to this day. Also, this little movie was done in 1988 for my mother's birthday, which is in July. Which means that Roger Rabbit hadn't even been in theaters a full month yet. Wow. The hook was deep, my friends. The hook was deep. Next thing. Number 7. Looney Tunes cartoons. I don't want to say that it's not advertised that that this is the first official home video release for Looney Tunes cartoons, because there is information out there that says as much, but it's kind of an afterthought, and I think it's actually quite noteworthy. This set includes, I don't know how, here's all the cartoons. It includes all of those cartoons that are now on the HBO Max platform. And, you know, if you are a big fan of those cartoons, then you should buy this, because you don't know if they're going to come out later. There are no planned sets ready to go for anything really at the moment, from everything that I've been told. But and that I can comment on. But if you're really into Looney Tunes cartoons, or even if you're just casually into Looney Tunes cartoons, this is worth the price, because, as I said before, it's gonna look better than it is on HBO Max. I mean, I know you're sitting there going, "Oh, I have HBO Max," or even if you're one of these guys that has the files that's been going around, you know, on the torrent sites and stuff like that. Well, all you're really looking at is screen grabs, you know, and you're looking at screen grabs of streaming footage. It's never going to look better than it is on the DVD. So celebrate, if not the fact that all these great new restorations exist in one place, celebrate that this is technically the first Looney Tunes cartoons home video release. Do it. Number 6. So I have a bit of a history with this cartoon here on this channel. This copy here is Thad's print of it that he acquired and spent his own money to get an HD transfer of it. And the color on his version, I've said publicly, looked a lot better than the Rabbit Every Monday that existed on HBO Max for a while, and that was set to be put on this DVD, on this set, which it is. And I did a screen grab the moment the original one came up available on the platform, and by comparison, once again, and I can show you this one. You can see for yourself that the color on the things that we were most upset about, with the exception of the stove, have been improved. Especially Sam's beard. I always bitch that his beard, he's a ginger and his beard is never orange. It looks good and orange in this one. So again, they're always, trying to make things better. You should support that kind of stuff. You should say, okay, we complained about this and then you fixed it, so now I'm going to go out and buy it and reward, and show that's just good. That's just good form.
And now, these messages.
All right, boys. A 1, a 2.
We now return to Bugs Bunny's Looney Christmas Tales.
Number 5, parodies. So there are 4 cartoons on this set that came out that had never been really released and had any kind of restoration before. That came out on a set earlier this year called Parodies, and this is it right here. And as you can see, it is this year because it's got the Bugs Bunny, the Looney Tunes Bugs Bunny 80th sticker on it. This is the first thing I bought this year. In fact, you can see it's pre-COVID. You can see it says February. But yeah, I picked this up. There's 3 cartoons on this Blu-ray that had only just come out before on here, and they are Jack Rabbit and the Beanstalk, and Arabian Nights, and Rabbitson Crusoe. And the reason that, you say, oh, well, this already came out, who cares? It's standard def. This is Blu-ray. Do I have to walk you through it? It's a much higher quality that you can see. Here they are now, side-by-side comparisons.
You think you're pretty CAT smart, don't you?
What's up, Doc?
I'm gonna make rabbit stew.
Rabbit stew? Sounds good. What a chicken-picking, cotton-plucking guy.
Down to the crocodiles you go.
Yeah, so it's not even a parody of the versions. They just look better on this one, so pick it up for them. Number 4, Looney Tunes All-Star 50th looks better.
And get a load of that. There's old Chuck Jones. He created and directed Wile E. Coyote, The Roadrunner, and a whole score of others. Poor guy, he's reduced to drawing all over the walls. Not a bad likeness, though. Oh, no, you don't. I'm the masterpiece on this plate.
They did something, man, with these older copies. They got rid of the interlaced lines, and it just looks really good. There's really it's kind of a reiteration again of what I said before, but the bonus features, the new stuff looks good, and the old stuff looks no worse. It looks better, in fact. Who knew? Buy it for that. Shit. Number 3, we don't want another Porky Pig 101 situation. I did cover in the Porky Pig 101 review the fact that that set, as comprehensive as it was and as good as it was and as amazing, as it was for the budget that Jerry and George had to, Fandom had to make it. It barely made its money back, and that is largely due to us, the fans. And I didn't say in that review specifically, I didn't mention Thad by name, but many of us know that he did a review for it that when it came out that was pretty negative, and it did ultimately hurt the sales of it, and it shouldn't have. And I'm, as I've said, I'm on good terms with him. I would say we're friends, but I've even said to him, I said to him a couple days ago, you kind of fucked us with that review, man. You kind of fucked us. People are more attracted to a negative story. I'm not saying that didn't mean the things he felt, but there's a bigger picture to all this that I don't think he appreciates, and I don't think the wider amount of us, the wider sum of us as fandoms, as the fandom goes, appreciates this. Which is to say that there has to be a market. We didn't get the Golden Collection DVDs in 2004 or whenever it was, just because, oh yeah, we should put those out, right? It came out because of there would suddenly be an influx in popularity because of Looney Tunes Back in Action, and that's kind of what kickstarted it. So this is another thing that has the potential to be, kickstarted by the 80th celebration, and we could, we could make more fans out of this, but we have to show that there is a market. So quit your bitching and just buy it. Or don't quit your bitching. Bitch and buy it. Number 2, the Funko Pop figure. Now, I'm not listing it as a reason to buy this set per se. I'm saying you should buy the set, which is going to come with the Funko Pop figure.
Hey, what's up, Pop?
These are, supposedly collector's items.
It's a veritable collector's item.
Thank you again, Daffy. And I guess they are. I guess that's certainly the case. Basically, what I'm saying is no rough stuff. None of this, or this, or this, or like so, or this, or this. None of this, or this, or like so, or this, or this, or this, or this, and definitely none of this. Definitely none of this, or this, or this. And definitely none of this. You want to make those Funko Pop figures truly collectible? Buy the set and smash them. Smash the shit out of them and then post it to social media with the hashtag What's Up Pop. Collectibles are better when they're super rare, so make a super rare collectible out of your Funko Pop figure and smash the shit out of it. Seriously, let's make these the rarest Funko Pop figures around. What's up, Pop?
Hey, what's up, Pop?
And the number one reason to buy this Blu-ray right now for Christmas, there are 14 total cartoons on this set that you've never seen restored before and that aren't available on HBO Max. So yes, number 1 on the list is another list. This is the list of cartoons that are not on HBO Max at the moment. Number 1, The Unmentionables.
Operator, quick, give me the police.
Just a moment, please. Sorry, you've been disconnected.
Number 2, my good buddy Greg Ford, his cartoon Blooper Bunny, and I'm going to have to call Greg tomorrow and tell him that I saw the Blu-ray finally, because it's not on HBO Max, and tell him it looks great. They put up a bunch of other ones a few weeks ago on HBO Max, and Invasion of the Bunny Snatchers was on there, and I was like, "Oh, Greg, it looks great. I've never seen it look so good before. It looks good." And he was like, "Oh, good. Blooper Bunny was restored too. It looks good too." And I was looking for that, and it wasn't up there, and it still isn't at the time of this recording, but it is on this set, and you should get it. Racketeer Rabbit, we talked about that.
What's up, Doc?
One for you.
Yankee Doodle Bugs.
The colonists refused to drink their tea with tax, so they started to get an army together. So they got out the old fishbowl and drew numbers.
Lumberjack Rabbit. I talked about this one, Robinson Crusoe, and also in the same breath, Arabian Nights. Piker's Peak.
Dirty scheme didn't wait, did it?
Bugsy and Muggsy. Bugsy and Muggsy was on HBO Max for a hot second, and then it got taken down. But it's on this set, and just looks great.
Pappy, what come after 3 and counting, Pappy?
4, Elvis.
What y'all say?
I said 4.
One of my all-time favorites, and one I've been waiting for the longest time to see restored. Backwoods Bunny.
Now, Elvis, you're gone too far. I said far, not 4.
Hold 'em, beer.
Wild and Woolly Hair, and yes, uncensored. So all those gags that got cut from TV, they're restored here. Bonanza Bunny. Rabbit's Feet. And finally, Compressed Hair.
But how?
All right, Docs and Docettes, that's going to do it for the 12 reasons, a la the 12 Days of Christmas, why you should include this Blu-ray in your holiday spending, either for yourself or for someone else, why you should pick it up. And that's going to do it, as I say. And I'm going to head over to the podium right now to give you my final thoughts, a la Jerry. Springer, not Beck. All right, what have we learned, Dorothy? Well, we learned that there are a lot of good reasons why one should pick this up. Oh, I forgot about the 1 second video. I made a 1 second. It's a internet phenomena. Obviously, I don't have other internet phenomenons like cat videos. Where am I going to get a cat? Oh dear. Hi. You know what this is, buddy? Hey, buddy. The 1 second phenomena, 1 second from. So this is a 1 second from every cartoon that's on this set. Let you get a good look at the resolution on all of them and the quality. So it's 60 cartoons, 1 second from. So I will see you in literally 1 minute. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like, like and subscribe or something. This is what you want to do, folks. You want to go out, get that thing, smash it. What's up, Pop? Hashtag What's Up, Pop. And that's going to do it for this video. I'm Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic. And until next time, that's all, folks.